QuickBooks Online 2022 OneNote presentation, 30-day free trial. Let's get into it with Intuit. QuickBooks Online 2022. If you have access to OneNote, would like to follow along, we're in the icon on the left-hand side, Topic Introduction tab, 1007, 30-day free trial tab. Also take a look at the Immersive Reader tool, Topic Introductions. They're in the text area too, with the same name, same number, but with transcripts. Transcripts that can be translated into multiple different languages and either listened to or read in them. We got the same name and number as presentations as well. The Topic Introductions designed to give an introduction to the topic, provide screenshots, links where applicable, give accounting background to complement the presentations. They also can be used to follow along with the presentations if you don't have access to the software at that time. Closing the icon on the left-hand side, we're going to go through a quick setup process for the 30-day free trial, but note as we do so that we're not going to actually enter data into this test drive file until the second half of the course. So you might want to wait until the second half of the course until you set this up yourself so you can maximize those 30 days. We want to show you how to set it up now, however, so that you see what the process is and we can compare and contrast the free 30-day file to the test drive file, which will already have data in it. The 30-day trial file obviously not having data in it until we enter the data into that file. We'll do that in the second half of the course. We have some links for you, the Intuit website link, the QuickBooks Online link. We're going to be comparing and contrasting the 30-day file to the test drive file. The easiest way to get to the test drive file is just to type into your favorite browser the QuickBooks Online test drive, find the link and go into that test drive. Now we're going to be comparing and contrasting it to the free 30-day file, which you're going to go into the actual Intuit website, which is in intuit.com. Then we're going to be selecting QuickBooks. We'll go to the bottom of that QuickBooks page and we'll go into the QuickBooks Online. So now we're on Intuit, the owner of QuickBooks, and specifically on the online page. And then where you would normally purchase the software, you'll typically see this toggle up top. It's a little tricky to get the free 30-day trial because they're going to try to get you to purchase it, of course, as you go through the free 30-day trial. So we're going to toggle it to the right side and to set up the free 30-day trial. This is how it is set up at this point in time. We're going to be selecting the plus version here. That's the recommended version. And then we're going to be setting up the payroll because they're going to be adding that to the free 30-day trial. So we might as well be able to practice with the payroll as well. Remember that that would be an add-on feature if you were to pay for the payroll and the software and you'd want to get some recommendation from an outside person. I would try like a CPA or an accountant that you're not paying for payroll to think about what they think is the best payroll options for you. Should it be within the accounting software like QuickBooks or some other party like an ADP or a Paychex? So then it still says free trial, although it has the scary amounts on the right-hand side. We haven't given them our credit card or anything at this point in time, so we should be safe that it's a free trial still. Then we have the account. We either log into the account if we have an existing account, or we set up the new account here, and then we're into the free trial. It gives you one last page that's trying to say, hey, look, do you want to purchase it? Because if you purchase it, we'll give you a discount, and you want to continue on with the free trial down below in the unhighlighted area down here to get the free trial. Note that if you're looking to purchase the software, you might want to test it out with the free trial, and then when you purchase it, possibly talk to your accountant or your CPA to see if they have any discounts that could be available to you at that point in time. Now we're going through the setup process. So it's going to say, welcome, we're glad you're here. So we're in at this point in time. We're setting up our free trial version. Here's what we'll do together. Tell us what you need to help with. We'll ask a few questions to get to know your business. We'll bring in transactions and organize your money. What's your business? We'll use this to get you started in QuickBooks. So you're going to put the business name. Our mock business is going to be Get Great Guitars. You could follow that if you wanted to follow along with our practice file exactly, which I recommend doing in the second half of the course. So we could follow along exactly, but remember, we won't be entering data into this till the second half of the course, so you might not want to do this until then. We will be referencing it in the first half of the course, but you don't actually need access to it. I'll just show you it on the screen as we look through the presentations for reference purposes. What's your industry? Start typing and select the option that fits. So we're going to select our industry. I'm going to be picking all other miscellaneous stores and retailers. The reason being is because I want to get as customized as possible the general ledger, or the chart of accounts, I should say, and I want to have an inventory account in there. So QuickBooks could vary the chart of accounts depending on the industry that is in there. They're going to give you kind of a standard chart of accounts. Some of this information will be for internal use as well. What kind of business is it? Is it a sole proprietorship, partnership, not-for-profit, S-Corp, C-Corp? I'm not sure. We're going to set up a sole proprietorship. This might be more for internal use because I think any one of these, they still just use the retained earnings account for the equity account. But we're going to use sole proprietorship. And it might, you would think, have an impact on the chart of accounts, but I don't think it actually does. But in any case, we'll choose that one. How does your business make money? We provide services, sell products. Again, I think based on the industry, that should be all they need in order to set up the chart of accounts and give us the accounts that we need. So this is probably for internal use, but we'll check these two off anyways, because I would like to see a chart of accounts that has inventory, cost of goods sold in it as well. So what's your main role to Get Great Guitars? That's our business name. Owner, employee, bookkeeper, other. We're going to say the owner. That probably wouldn't have a lot of impact on, again, the chart of accounts or anything. Might be more for internal use, but we're going to select the owner here. Who else works at the Get Great Guitars? I fly solo, employees, contractors. So we're typically going to be using employees and contractors here. We'll add those. Probably not going to have any impact on the actual data form. It's probably these clicking of these off are probably for internal uses. What apps do you use for your business? We'll help you connect them so you can see all your info in one place. So we got PayPal, Square, so on and so forth. We might go into some more of these apps in a specialized course to get into some more of this app stuff, but we're not going to be adding apps at this point in time in the setup process. You can add apps once the file is set up, so it's not like if you skip that step, you can never go back to it, so don't worry about that. What do you want to do today? Help us understand. Set up QuickBooks to start using it. That's what we're going to do and say next. And it says link your account and see everything in one place. It's going to try to set up our bank feeds connecting to the financial institutions. We're not going to do that now. We will have a section in and of itself on bank feeds. So we'll get into bank feeds. But first we want to think about the accounting system without bank feeds, because the bank feeds are something that we need to know how they're going to fit into our accounting system. We'll talk about that a little bit more in future presentations. But note that you can always set up bank feeds. Again, it's another thing that you could set up after you already set up your file, so it's not like it's now or never to set up the bank feeds. What do you want to set up next? Invoice customers, track, and I'm going to skip this item. What is everything you want to set up? Your choices help build your setup guide. So this might help with a setup guide, but I think it's mainly for internal use. But we're basically going to pick all of this stuff here. So accept online payments. Well, maybe not that, because they might try to sell us something with the online payments. But we're going to have the invoice customers, enter and pay bills, track receipts, track time, pay employees, manage invoices, and add sales. And there we are. Here is our QuickBooks file. So the QuickBooks file now is set up. They got a kind of a fancy new view. This is something they're experimenting with on the business view. We can change that. We'll talk a little bit about that in future presentations. But we're set up and we got our chart of accounts down here as well. And we'll get into the navigation in future presentations.